I just saw this video with this guy. His name is Fresco. His video's on YouTube. He calls it Koi's Corner. You get your K for 11. You get your C for 3. You get your KC. You get your 33 for 311 for 33. Calls it awareness based on education, discussions, and current events. More like awareness based on indoctrination. Let's take a listen to what he has to say here with his supposed debunking of the flat earth. Let's take a listen here.
And the spherical earth we all assume we live on. Because the concept of a flat earth makes conceptual sense from our human perspective. From our vantage, when we look around, the ground is flat. Even when we're at the ocean and the beach, it's pretty much a solid flat line as far as we can see. The Earth's curvature itself just really isn't visible. So the Earth is round, it's a ball, and if you've ever taken a plane ride, you can sort of see that curvature even on the small scale it is. I think.
Okay. He says being on a plane, flying in a plane, you're going to see the curvature. Or sort of, he says. What is this? Where's the curvature? Okay? See any? I don't think so. He doesn't mention this in his video, but let's take a look at the curvature chart here so people can grasp what's going on here. My people that normally subscribe to my channel, they already know this. But to the new viewers, let's break it down. Let's get a little bit of a close-up. With the first mile, you get 8 inches of curvature. Okay? As you go along, it gets more and more drastic. By 60 miles, you're going to get nearly a half a mile of curvature. Okay? So what is this? Where's your curvature? You don't have any. Okay, let's continue on here. A little bit more.
Especially if you live near the beach, is how the horizon curves. We can see it with ships on the horizon. At ground level, we as humans only have about 4 miles of our field of view, which is why as soon as a boat starts getting about 4 miles out in the water, it starts disappearing below the water.
What he's saying here is 100% incorrect, and I'm going to use science, which the definition of science is based on observation and experiment. You can talk all he wants. Let's take a look at the footage. What we're going to see here is going to completely disprove what he's saying about the supposed curvature with boats basically not being seen anymore because of the curvature. Let's take a look. Play it right now. Again, this is observation and experiment, which science is all about. Take a look. Okay? You don't see anything out here. Okay? Absolutely nothing. Now you're zooming in here with a digital camera. Take a look. All of a sudden, but you can't see with the naked eye what appears. The boat and the buoy. Okay? And understand as well, with this digital camera, it only can see as far as well. Of course, it's a magnification of the normal eye. What the normal eye can see, you back it up. There you go. It's not going over a curve or around a curve. It's just because the human eye can only see so far. Okay? It's that simple. That simple. Okay, let's continue on here a little bit more.
Assume that every single human picture ever taken of space or of the Earth in space being round is fake. That's just, it's overshooting and it wouldn't make any sense.
What do you mean it doesn't make any sense or wouldn't make any sense just because you say so? Let's take a look at these images provided from NASA on their official website. You see why people are questioning things instead of just blindly accepting things like you do? Okay, take a look here at 2012 and 2007. Let's get a little bit of a close-up. What do you see here? Okay? Just look, does this add up? Does this make sense? Those people indoctrinated in the school system, they have been completely blinded. See the difference in the color and the size of the United States compared to here? And don't tell me when the supposed ball earth curve, it's going to appear like this. Absolutely no way. I showed this before. This guy that works for NASA, Robert Simon, the creator of the supposed blue marble, Mr. Blue Marble himself, he even states here in this article about these images. These are not real images. He creates these images supposedly through data obtained through satellites. Okay? With all the trillions of dollars spent with NASA, why can't they give us a real image of the supposed ball earth? You go to NASA's website. They don't even debate this. They even state these are composite images. They are not real. So until you provide a real image of the supposed blue marble, you don't have a leg to stand on as far as an argument. Now just take a look at this photo. Again, talking about science, which is based on observation experiment. Take a look here. Supposedly, the ball Earth is rotating at the equator at 1,100 miles an hour, and we're supposedly orbiting the sun at nearly 70,000 miles an hour. How does this happen? You say gravity? So gravity is strong enough to hold on this water, like glass, like a mirror, but birds, butterflies, planes can take off. Amazing. Doesn't add up, doesn't make sense. Okay, let's continue on here a little bit more.
Another common one is that surveyors across the world like to use flat earth math to kind of build all of our infrastructure, all of our cities, everything we know. And while this is true, we do use math as if the world was flat to build our cities and to build our homes and to build roads and whatnot. It's because of how big Earth is and how small we are. Because with a circumference of nearly 25,000 miles from where I am right now, all the way around the planet back to me, it makes sense that the Earth is flat and therefore we use flat math. Quite simply, there's no need to factor curvature into this math because we don't visualize it and we can't feel it or notice it.
Okay, as I shown earlier, supposedly the circumference at 25,000 miles, a little bit under, again, 60 miles, you get nearly half a mile of curvature, okay? So don't tell me you're not going to notice the curvature. Okay, I'm going to show this video as I shown before, which is going to completely debunk what he's saying here with this weatherman. Take a listen to what this weatherman says in Chicago about the skyline. He's supposedly calling this a mirage because over a 60-mile distance, over Lake Michigan, you can see the Chicago skyline. Listen to his explanation on why you can see it.
Until I found this photo. Randmere State Park. This is from Joshua Nowicki, and what you're seeing here is a mirage. We typically would not.
If you're going to believe that, you're going to believe all the other lies they're telling you. There's no way this is a mirage. Mirage will be inverted. These are straight up. Okay, this is how they do it. When the foundation is a lie, everything else is a lie as well. You have to continue the lie. Okay, if you can't see this guy's a liar, you're completely deceived. Continue on.
Not be able to see this from the Lake Michigan shore. We talked about this last night. Conditions are right on the lake that we're actually seeing a mirage of the Chicago skyline. Very interesting. Here's what's happening. This is a good example.
Now listen very carefully. What this meteorologist says is going to totally contradict what Fresco says here. Okay, take a listen.
Example of a superior mirage. So Joshua was on the Lake Michigan shore. He was looking towards the west, and Chicago's beyond the horizon. Should not be able to see it.
There you go. Chicago is beyond the horizon. You should not be able to see. He even says it. So don't tell me or anybody else that you're not going to notice a difference with the curvature because the Earth is so big. You're not going to notice it. So again, what he's saying and what Coy says does not add up. Period. Okay? Both liars, both frauds, trying to hide the flat Earth.
However, with the right conditions, we have an inversion. We have cold air near the cold lake water and some relatively warmer air above it. This will bend the image of that skyline back towards the viewer. And so typically we would not be able to see this. This image would be viewable from much.
So there you go. That's all you need to hear. Okay? So what this guy's saying, the supposed curvature is not noticeable, and what the weatherman, the meteorologist says, totally contradicts what he says. So who's wrong? They're both wrong. They're both trying to hide the flat Earth in their own ways. Now understand something. Again, when it comes to the Chicago skyline, let me go to this image once again, where you get the image here. Understand the tallest building in the Chicago skyline is the Sears Tower. Okay? At 1,450 feet, at the very tip of the tower itself, it's a little bit over 1,700 feet. Once again, take a look at this chart. It's going to be, like I stated, at 60 miles, well below where you shouldn't be able to see it whatsoever. So again, this is their way, using this meteorologist. Either he's knowingly or unknowingly lying. That's what it's all about. What it all comes down to is indoctrination from the school system. People can't see what's taking place because they have been completely blinded. They've been programmed from the start. Just like Hitler said, get them while they're young. And understand those that are blinded, they can't see. For example, taking a look back at the supposed moon landing with Neil Armstrong in 1969. Just take a look at this footage. You cannot see this is fakery taking place here. You're going to believe all the other lies Again, with this foundation, all the way to today, from NASA to SpaceX to Blue Origin, they're all about deception, all about lies. Take a look. You're going to see the transparency with these astronauts. But again, when you're indoctrinated in the school system, you're not going to question this. You're not going to go up to your teacher or professor and say, what's going on here? You know, this looks suspicious. In doing so, you're going to be labeled a so-called conspiracy theorist. You'll be labeled a black sheep. People in society have been programmed not to question things. Just go along with the program. If you want to be liked and accepted, don't question things. Don't go against the grain, even though it's completely obvious for those that have eyes to see. That's exactly what's taking place right now. Getting back to this guy here, take a listen to what he says.
You graduated 6th grade and you understand geometry. Boom, there you go. You have now proven that the Earth is round.
You proved nothing. Okay, you proved absolutely nothing. Again, getting back to your statement, where you basically stated the curvature is not noticeable. Again, taking a look at the chart. Okay, study this chart for those that don't know about the supposed curvature. This is not fabrication. This is based on what science gives us. Again, 3,529 miles of supposed radius and a little bit under 25,000 miles as far as circumference. This is what you get. Okay? This is what you get. It's very noticeable. Okay? It should be noticeable, but you don't see it because the Earth is not a ball. Okay? That's simple. Now, closing off here, let's take a listen to what he says at the very end of the video.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and want to help me create more, click right here to donate, and feel free to check out all my other content. Your support means the world to me, and it's part of what keeps me doing what I do.
Yeah, you're going to lie to people, knowingly or unknowingly, and ask for money. It's called a double whammy. You know? People don't have to believe the flat Earth right away. It's very hard to accept in the very beginning. I understand that. I understand that as well. Do your own research. Come to your own conclusion. After listening to his presentation, I'll include a link to his video in the description box below my video. And again, you can also watch my other videos. I have many, many videos on this topic. This is just basically what I've shown was the tip of the iceberg, and come to your own conclusion.